Assalamualaikum and very good morning. My name is Muhammad Aziz Mazlan. My number matrix is A22A1214. Today I will presentation about my assignment for subject fundamental of management. There are four agenda. The first one is introduction. The second one is brief explanation on the approach each character. The third one is advantage and disadvantage of each approach. And the last one is conclusion and personal view for each concept. Okay, we will go through for the first one is introduction. Management is a systematic method of controlling people, their work, tasks, their work, tasks, and duties inside the business in order to use such resource to achieve a common objective. Management is consistent procedure that is important to every firm. Discover a variety of things such as a method of maintaining discipline among the staff. Planning, organization, leading, inspiring, managing, coordinating, and making decisions also important management tasks. However, modern public management combine effectiveness with the market model in a commercial organization to create more productive machine with better operating procedure and prospect for profit. It's a goal-oriented activity that concentrates on producing the intended result. There are few figures that relate to general administrative approach to management such as Frederick Winslow, Henry Fayol, Mary Parker Follett, and Max Weber. So we go to our main topic. Okay, I will talk about Frederick Winslow, American mechanical engineer. Frederick Frederick Winslow was born on March 20, 1856 in Philadelphia, Venezuela. He was referred to as the father of scientific management or Taylorism. Graduate from Philly Ester in New Hampshire in 1872, but because to vision the problems, he was unable to pursue his aim of attending Harvard. Taylor's scientific management is largely to blame for the enormous rise in wealth that has occurred in industry nation over the past 75 years, lifting the working classes much above any level ever before, even for the wealthy. Okay, we will go to Frederick Winslow concept. Taylor theory was centered on the idea that improving the way the job was done was more effective than making people work as hard they could. After that, in 1909, he released a book titled The Principle of Scientific Management. He suggests that productivity will rise as a result of work optimization and simplification. He also advanced the notion that management and employee must work together, compared to how work was normally conducted in firms in the past. This was significantly different. His most well-known research concerns Chauvel, Robert Winslow, the four principles that made up Taylor's scientific management system. The first one is to swap out conventional working technique for one that are the result of an in-depth analysis of a duty. Second one is rather than passively allowing employees to train themselves, systematically choose, train, and develop each person. The third one is give each employee detailed instruction and supervision in the performance of the employee's discrete tasks. And the last one is assign approximately equal amount of labor to manager and worker so that the former may plan the job using scientific management concept and the latter can carry out. The next one is Henry Fayol, known for creating the Fayolism broad theory in business management. Henry Fayol, a French mining engineer, executive, author and director of Mind, was born in Istanbul, Turkey on July 29, 1841. He shared with Frederick Winslow Taylor the distinction of having founded modern management technique, one of comprehensive presentation of a broad psychophyte of management was found in Fayol works. Additionally, he put forth the five fundamental management function, which is planning, organizing or commanding, coordination, and control. There are 14 principles of management by Henry Fayol. The first one is division of work. Number two, authority and responsibility. Number three is discipline. Number four is unity of command. Number five is unity of direction. Number six, subordination of individual interests. Number seven is remuneration. Number eight is the degree of centralization. Number nine is color change. Number 10 is order. Number 11 is equity. And number 12 is stability of tenure of personnel. Number 13 is inactive. The last one is a spirit discourse. The next one I will talk about the Mary Parker Follett. On September 3rd, 1868, Mary Parker Follett was born in Quincy, Massachusetts, in the United States. She was a pioneer in the domain of organization theory and organization behavior, as well as a social worker, management consultant, and philosopher from the United States. She is one of the first theory to actively write about and study the impact that people have good on management, as well as to explain how crucial it developed positive entrepreneurial skill as a foundational element of the industrial sector. The first concept is direct contact, which is organization may minimize conflict and misunderstanding by having direct communication between employees and supervisors. This notion may be put into reality easily by holding routine meetings or having in-person discussion about the task. And the second one is early stage. Manager needs to start immediately learning and mastering coordination. Every employee has crucial position that supports others. Thus, nobody should feel less significant than the others. The next one is reciprocal relationship, which is no matter where they fall on organizational ladder, every employee has a duty to contribute and work well with others. It should be a team effort and no one should exert more or less work than the others. The next one is continuous process. The manager must continue to coordinate. Do not merely study these rules and discard them. Instead, apply them to all of you do. The last one is integration. Follett states the employees at all levels should collaborate to achieve a company objective. When disagreement arises, there should be a deliberate attempt to pull rather than push and to address the matter as a team. They will be more likely to places with the outcome because each member contribute in some way. The last one is Max Weber. Maximilian Karl Emil Weber was a German sociologist, historian, lawyer, and political economist who was born in Erfurt, Saxony, Prussia on April 21st, 1864. He is recognized as one of the most significant thinkers of the evolution of contemporary Western civilization. One of the pioneers of sociology was Max Weber. Max Weber was another economist who saw the broad division of labor and hierarchical administration resembling the political bureaucracy as defining characteristics of mature capitalism. According to Max Weber's theory of bureaucracy, each employee must be assigned a portion for each business job. Competence and functional expertise should serve as the foundation for task division. According to the principle, dividing up the work according to competence and talent is very advantageous for any firm. Additionally, this guaranteed that each department has a designated task manager to manage those responsibilities. The next one is formal selection. In the bureaucracy, applicant are hired and on board only based on their areas of expertise and technical proficiency. The applicant may have picked up this ability through their education, training, or experience. After onboarding, employees must be paid for their service, which will vary depending on their rank within the company. The employee cannot have any ownership interest in the company, and their contract must be structured in accordance with the policy of the company. The next one is impersonal relationship. The impersonality of connection between manager and employees, and those between employees and one other, is another tenet of the bureaucracy cyclophile. Next, we will talk about advantage and the disadvantage for each concept. For Frederick Winslow, the main benefit of Taylor theory are greater output, managers control over their work environment, decreased production costs, the introduction of performance-based remuneration system, and decreased accuracy. For the disadvantage of Taylor theory, the main drawback of Taylor theory are that it is expensive style of management, and that is may diminish employee creativity and motivation. Additionally, employees are de-skilled, workers are alienated, and employment rise as a result of how quickly new technology may replace them. The next one is Henry Fayol. When it comes to managing strategies, Henry Fayol's sacrifice is quite throughout. Due of its effectiveness, is also the most popular. Its benefit is that it's throughout since it addresses almost everything that would be necessary to perform in the management role in order to succeed. For this advantage of Henry Fayol theory, the theory drawback is that it continues to be dependent on people. We will inevitable by mistake since we are human. The notion is based on the idea that harmony among individuals fosters togetherness, which then results in powerful management team. But when a error occurs, the team's overall strength might be compromised. Advantage of Mary Parker Follett theory. The theory of Mary Parker Follett places more emphasis on group labor than individual activity. Like one of her theory, which is a reciprocal relationship, is previously said that it doesn't matter if the organization hierarchy or gap is far away. It is still vital for each individual to provide their whole effort and not less than the others. For disadvantage of Mary Parker Follett theory, the fundamental issue with Mary Parker Follett was her idealism, which was evident in her view. Her theory was suggestive of some notion, and those theories ultimately served as the foundation for the theories development by later humanistic thinkers. Her view placed less emphasis on the social side and placed more emphasis on the psychology aspect. The last one is Max Weber. The advantage of Max Weber theory, running of administration duty. Running the day-to-day operation in conformity with the policy, law, rules, and regulation and decision of the government is the bureaucracy primary duty. The bureaucracy is currency for managing and overseeing activities, seeing the political executive only perform guiding public function. Disadvantage of Max Weber theory is pure efficiency of service and good. A, a bureaucracy makes a lot of regulation and law that must be adhered to for the good of everyone. This causes system and the processes to lag as a result. The burden that individual must bear might become more difficult at any time when new regulation and law are implemented, causing a delay. The last one is conclusion. In conclusion, after going through all these four big figures regarding general administration approach to management, we can see that they are all different type point of view even though it's related to same thing which is management. I hope that we should take all aspect despite from different figure opinion regarding management. This is because the scope of management are big as to compare with other term in a business. So we should start learning more and understand more about these four figures, which is Frederick Winslow Taylor, Henry Fayol, Mary Parker Follett, and Max Weber.